What is going on, everyone? It is Trust the Buzz here. I hope you like the name change. On this channel, we like to talk about the Charlotte Hornets, and maybe sometime down the line we'll talk about other teams as well. But right now, we're going to keep it strictly Hornets related. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how the Charlotte Hornets did not offer, or at least have not offered, Miles Bridges a max contract. So, if you've been living under a rock, you may not know that Miles Bridges is a restricted free agent. So I will say all of this is no need to necessarily panic or to really worry. And I'm going to explain why, but he is a restricted free agent at the end of the day. So the Hornets do have leverage. Now, by leverage, I mean in terms of keeping him as far instead of him being on another team. Miles, however, does have leverage in terms of money because we all do feel like the Detroit Pistons are willing to give Miles Bridges the max contract he is looking for. And while the Hornets have leverage to keep him, like I said, Miles has leverage for the money. So at the end of the day, what I see is the Pistons jacking up the price, Hornets match it, and then boom, there we go. Miles Bridges is a Hornet for the next 4 years, I think. So that's how I think that will go. But anyway, let's talk about how the Hornets have not offered Miles Bridges a max contract. So with the Hornets not offering him a max contract, that does not mean they don't see him worth a max contract. That does not mean they don't want him. That does not mean they're willing to have him be sent off or anything like that. All that means is that they know they have the leverage to keep him. So they offered what they think what they believe to be his worth, like outright worth. And then since they know they have the leverage, they will let him go out there and test free agency. That is super common. That's why I said there's no need to necessarily worry just yet. That is very super common where the team gives a player a number, and that's just because like the worst they could say is no, right? So you offer that number and then the player's like, all right, well, I'm going to go see if I can go make more than that, and if I can, I'll come back, let you know, and then they work from there. So it's no disrespect from either end. I don't take this as Miles Bridges just being upset at whatever number he may have been offered. I don't take this as the Hornets lowballing Miles Bridges. That's literally how these negotiations work. So I would not be too concerned about wondering if Miles Bridges is going to leave necessarily, or if like it's just bad blood between the two. That's normally how these negotiations work. So don't feel like, you know, just the Hornets are lowballing Miles and then they're just going to have a bad relationship and then Miles ends up a Piston or Pacer or whatever it may be. So I just want to make this video to talk about that because like I said, that is super standard. And so I feel like Miles wants to be here. I feel like the Hornets want him here, and I'm going to talk about in another video how that pairing, they need each other, and more so the Hornets need Miles, but that pairing needs each other. So I'm going to be talking about that in another video. But yeah, I just wanted to clear up that yes, the Hornets did not offer, because Brian Windhorst reported it that the Hornets didn't offer a max. And one thing I don't like about Brian Windhorst, and really kind of just reporters in general, I can't say don't like, it's their job, but that they're going to leave out a lot of things. They're not going to explain their tweets. They're not going to explain their articles. They're just going to say things because it gets clicks. And like I said, that's their job. Can't really fault them for that. So what I'm saying is Miles Bridges did not get offered the max by the Hornets. I don't know what he was offered. I just know it wasn't the max. But as a team, you're going to want to try to save money. I don't care if it was LeBron. Like that's just what teams do. It's not unheard of. So that I just wouldn't worry as far as like any bad blood between the two, the Hornets and Miles Bridges. I just think that the Hornets gave him a number and said, hey, if you can match that or you can get higher than that, great. But you know, obviously we're going to try to cut corners wherever we can to save money wherever we can. So that, I feel like, is what's going on here. I wouldn't be, like I keep saying, I wouldn't just be too concerned. But it is interesting to see, especially just that apparently the Pacers want Miles Bridges, and I think we've been knowing for 2 years that there has been mutual interest between Miles Bridges and the Detroit Pistons. One thing I will say really quick is that I feel good about the Charlotte Hornets' chances, just because of the fact that for 2 years it has been the Pistons and really nobody else. I mean, now we're hearing the Pacers, and I think at one point we heard the Trailblazers. I cannot confirm any of those. I do know that the Pistons one keeps coming up more and more and more, and I do feel like it comes from reliable sources. And also, let's not forget, he is from Michigan. He is from Flint, Michigan. So every player in the back of their mind wants to go home. It's just a matter of like, all right, well, it's not a good team, da 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 da. And the Pistons are an up and coming team, especially in the East. So of course, there's going to be mutual interest. That's always going to be a thing. Like when it's time for LaMelo, there's definitely going to be talks about him wanting to be in LA. I guarantee it, because he's from California. So that's just how these things work. So please don't be too alarmed. I think at the end of the day, Miles Bridges will be a Charlotte Hornet. At the price point is where it gets tricky. And like I said, I'll talk about another video about how I feel about Miles Bridges and his relationship to having a max deal. But once again, Trust the Buzz here. I hope you like this content. Hope you like the name. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because that's the best way you can help the channel. And I'll reply to all comments. Love talking Charlotte Hornets basketball. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.